Welcome back to Livie'S Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel, and I'm your host, Fam the Fabulous. For more ideas, inspiration, swaps, and challenges, click the link in the description below to join our craft community, the Maker Exchange, on Facebook. Welcome back to the Lovely Lab. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm going to go ahead and encourage you right from the top to click the subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss any of the crafty uploads. And if you are a current subscriber, I thank you for coming back. You could have been watching anybody's video, but you're here, and I'm grateful. Okay? Now, I'm popping on today to share with you this latest journal that I created. So this is actually a double envelope journal. It's a small little journal that I made using two, let's see, let me just make sure I have the measurements right. I think it's 6 1/4 envelopes, 6 by 3.5, a little bit over 3.5. And this project was inspired by another YouTuber. I think her name is KERR or KERR. I'm not quite sure how she pronounces it, but I am not going to do a tutorial because she is the one who, you know, I'm not sure if she originated the idea, but I will drop a link below so that you can go to her tutorial if you want to find out how to make it and craft along with her as well. But nevertheless, so it features a digital download that is found in the Pleasant Creations Etsy shop, and that is owned by Liz from Liz for a Day here on YouTube, and I'll drop a link to the digital in her shop as well. So all that this is 2 envelopes put together. And so what we have here, this is her guest check digital, Liz's guest check. And then I used a couple of the Tim Holtz butterflies throughout, some vintage book page, some lace trim, some scrap paper, and actually everything in here is scraps in addition to coffee dyed paper. So I wanted to try and make sure that I used what I had so that I wouldn't be pulling into anything new. So let me give you a little close up. That's what that looks like in the front. And then this is what it looks like in the back. And I love the way that that paper came out. And so, and that's one of my, I typed up some inspirational words, put it on in like a Word doc, a Google Doc, and cut them up and, well, tore them up and inked the edges of those. And then there's stitching throughout. So let's just go through it, okay? So as we open it up, there's a little pocket here, obviously from the envelope, and as you can see the structure of the envelope right there. But here's the guest check, and this is a journaling tag. And on the back is just some paper that I used from my son's, some of his old school papers that he might have written a halfway on, or used half of the paper and didn't need the rest of it, and he don't need it anymore anyway. So, and then I used some cardstock, and this is actually not scrap, but nevertheless, there's those butterflies, the guest check, and I cut those out using the Fisker scissors, scrap, coffee dyed, and a little bit of ribbon, stitch that in so that it could be secure, and we slide that right back in there. And then I used another guest check as a tuck spot for a little journaling sheet. And what I did use printer paper, I folded it in half and then folded it in half and then cut it halfway. So 8 1/2, folded it in half and tore it at the halfway mark for that. And that's what made these size pages. And I think I used 4 or 5 sheets. So it's 10 pages on this side and 10 pages on that side. Okay. And then using one of the gas checks, I made some paper clips. I cut it in half, so there's one paper clip there, and that's what this one looks like. That's the back. And then the second is right here, and that's the top part of it. So I just cut it in half, stuck it in there, and then here's the second tuck spot with a little journaling sheet, and the second journaling card. Then I used brads for the closure. So there's a brad in the back, and it lays relatively flat. It's not too obstructive. So I punched a hole in it in the back, put the brad through it, flattened it out, and just covered it with, you know, took a 1.5-inch circle punch and cut that in half and used that to cover up the brads on both sides. And then I used the rest of the scrap paper to cover the inside of the pocket, as well as the flaps for the inside. You know, that helps keep it. He helps keep the journals cards in there. Good Lord, it's a bit early. And so I used some baker's twine and added a couple little beads at the end for the closure. Simple little closure. And then this is also a pocket up front too. So, and then I just added a little trim there. And it's probably something that I'll give to one of my Sunday school volunteers so that she can use to make notes during church. You know, we try to keep track of what the pastor's saying. But I thought that this came out really cute, and I loved the video that I watched. Was very easy to follow along. Again, you don't need a whole lot of supplies, just using what you have on hand and some printer paper. You can, you know, 2 envelopes and printer paper, or even if you wanted to use some different, you know, junk journal type pages, you could. But I don't consider this a junk journal because it doesn't have majority of the elements that junk journals have, which is, you know, the additional ephemera and so on and so forth. So this is it, guys, and I hope this has inspired you to pull out some of your crafty items and office supplies to create something that you like, and maybe even gift it to someone that you care about. With that being said, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know, it won't hurt. It won't hurt you, and it won't cost you a thing, but it definitely will help the channel. And until we're back here again on YouTube, stay encouraged, stay blessed, and stay creative in crafting. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to join the crafty community, and be sure to click the bell for notifications of new uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Now stay tuned for more from Livie'S Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel. Bye for now.